Hello and welcome to our in-depth exploration of Johan Liebert, the enigmatic and charismatic villain from the anime Monster. Have you ever encountered someone who, with just a few well-chosen words or a particular look, can persuade others to do almost anything? That's the art of manipulation at its finest, and Johan Liebert is a grandmaster of this craft. Today we're going to delve deep into the techniques and tactics he uses to bend people to his will. This isn't just a story about a character, it's a lesson in the subtle power of influence and control. As we uncover Johan's methods, you might start to see the charismatic people in your life in a new light. So buckle up for an intriguing journey into the mind of one of anime's most fascinating manipulators. By the end of this video, you'll understand why Johan Liebert is a character who both captivates and terrifies in equal measure. Thank you, Johan Liebert, for this enthralling lesson in the art of manipulation. For those new to the tale, let's delve into the enigma of Johan Liebert. He's a character who encapsulates both allure and horror. Picture this, a young man with striking looks, overflowing with charisma and intellect, someone who can win over anyone with his effortless charm. Yet, this appealing facade masks a much darker reality, a manipulative and sociopathic nature. Johan's story begins with a deep bond with his twin sister, Anna, but takes a sinister turn. Subjected to harrowing experiments in his youth, Johan emerged scarred, with a newfound hunger for power and control. This traumatic past forged him into a master of manipulation, adept at exploiting the fears and desires of those around him to fulfill his own ambitions. What makes Johan so adept at manipulation? It's a chilling blend of sharp intelligence, irresistible charm, and a complete absence of empathy. He possesses an uncanny ability to read people, discerning exactly what to say or do to gain their trust and compliance. Yet when his plans face resistance, he doesn't hesitate to resort to threats or even violence to achieve his ends. Despite the knowledge of his true character, people are inexorably drawn to him. His charisma acts like a powerful magnet. But beware, for falling under Johan's influence often leads to dire outcomes. Prepare to journey into the shadowy realm of Johan Liebert's mind games and manipulation tactics, charm and influence. Johan Liebert's key to manipulation lies in his exceptional charm and charisma. He's naturally engaging and likable, effortlessly gaining people's trust and persuading them to follow his lead. His charm is his strongest tool for manipulation. It draws people to him as they are attracted to his friendly, charismatic demeanor. This charm gives Johan an air of likability and trustworthiness, leading his victims to let down their guard and share their deepest fears and secrets, which he later uses to his advantage. Johan's charisma is a significant asset in his social engineering tactics. He has a talent for engaging people, making them feel important and heard, which often leads them to believe and trust in everything he says. He's not just convincing, he's reassuring and appears knowledgeable. Johan often creates intimate connections with his victims, convincing them they have a special understanding with him, which he then exploits for manipulative purposes. He uses this perceived closeness to persuade his victims to take actions they wouldn't normally consider, like keeping secrets or helping him in his schemes. Recognizing charisma. It's important to recognize and be cautious of such charisma and charm. At the start of the series, Johan uses his charm to infiltrate a wealthy family by posing as a lost child. He gains their sympathy and trust, ultimately manipulating them for his own goals. Similarly, when taken in by a wealthy businessman and his wife, he uses his charm to become indispensable, manipulating them into serving his needs. Even in politics, Johan's charisma shines through as he becomes a campaign manager, influencing public opinion to serve his hidden agenda. Creating dependency. Another major tactic of Johan Liebert is fostering a sense of dependency in his victims. He positions himself as an essential part of their lives, making them feel they need him to survive. This dependency allows him to exert control over them. Johan provides emotional support and understanding, making his victims feel he is the only one who truly understands them, thereby deepening their reliance on him. He also offers material support, such as food, money, or shelter, further establishing a dominant-subordinate dynamic where the victim feels indebted to him. Johan is also skilled in making his victims feel vulnerable and dependent on him for protection, particularly in situations where they see no other options. For instance, he creates a sense of dependency in a young boy named Dieter by providing basic needs and acting as a father figure, making it hard for Dieter to break away. Similarly, he builds a dependency in Richard Brown by offering material support, placing Brown in a position where he feels he owes Johan. Overall, Johan is adept at making himself seem indispensable, manipulating his victims into doing his bidding. Targeting weaknesses. Johan Liebert, in his fourth tactic, is a genius at manipulation. He zeroes in on people's fears and insecurities, especially when they're already vulnerable. This could be during tough personal times. He has different ways to bring out people's deepest anxieties. Making them feel in constant danger is one of his techniques. He's most effective when his victims feel cornered with no way out. Johan also uses guilt or shame to his advantage, convincing his victims that they owe him or are in the wrong. This shifts the power balance to Johan, with victims trying to make up for their perceived mistakes. He's clever at finding what makes each person insecure and using it to break their confidence. A striking example is how he manipulates a young girl named Nina by making her believe her family is under threat, using her fear to control her actions. Controlling information. Another key tactic for Johan is managing what information his victims get. He often only gives them bits and pieces, leaving them in the dark and more reliant on him. Johan also hides information to keep control. He stops his victims from finding out the whole truth, keeping them confused and dependent on him. He's skilled at using the media to spread false information or hide the truth, influencing how people see the world. With Tenma, the main character, Johan plays a game of partial truths, keeping him hooked and dependent for more information. Johan keeps his own past and intentions shrouded in mystery, adding to his manipulative allure. The impact. His victims often suffer lasting mental damage, dealing with paranoia, distrust, and a sense of betrayal. Some become overly reliant on Johan, finding it hard to break away. In severe cases, this manipulation leads to self-harm or aggression. Johan's tactics can also shake up entire communities or countries, creating a general atmosphere of fear and mistrust. His influence shows the damaging ripple effect of manipulation. In conclusion, while Johan Liebert is fictional, his manipulation tactics reflect real dangers. They show how someone can control others' actions by playing on their fears and insecurities. The consequences are serious, causing lasting emotional damage and societal distrust. It's important to recognize and guard against such manipulation. If you find yourself doubting your memory or overly depending on someone, consider if you're being manipulated. We hope this has been an insightful watch. If you liked it, please subscribe for more. Thanks for watching. Thank you.